Hey, Izzy, wanna ride? Wanna ride? Come on. How you doing? Yeah. Yeah. It's good to see you. Uh-huh. Well, I got up here. Why are you here with that big truck, Tom?
Tim, you've been with Dad and I on trips, and we went up north.
Yep, up north.
Up north.
Where the good land
Where
is.
the black dirt's at.
Right.
And
Every time.
nearly every trip we'd say something, and Dad would say, boy, I wish I had a load of that black dirt.
I'd like to have a load of that black dirt.
And you know, we've done a lot of different things in this, you know, what we're doing. And I'll be dogged if we didn't load a load of black dirt from up north.
Yep.
We worked at this and tried to get this to come together, but never thought that we'd ever take a load of black dirt back to southeast Illinois.
What are you going to do with your black dirt?
I don't know, I may treasure it up in 5-gallon buckets. And
Maybe you could sell it
Maybe I
5
could
gallons at
sell
a
it.
time down there
You
after
know-
all this.
all those years, we talked about that. And doggies, if I didn't marry a girl from McLean County, Illinois,
She has black dirt.
they know what real black dirt is.
That's
you know?
right.
And I always said I was gonna, every time we made a trip up to her folks, I was gonna get a 5-gallon bucket of black dirt and bring it home.
If you'd have done that every time, you wouldn't need this.
That's true. You
How
know,
many
that's
years?
true.
How many years you been married? About 83.
Something like that, more or less. You know, but I will say that after we got our house built,
Yeah.
which was back in the 90s, mother-in-law Alice brought down some flowers.
Oh, and she didn't realize that
And
you.
she didn't know what she was doing, but she had, but they
She
had,
thought she brought flowers.
she
you saw
did. I
black
saw
dirt.
black dirt.
Now, for our viewers, what's so special about black topsoil?
Well, to anyone that doesn't have it, doesn't realize some of the qualities that it has,
Okay, which are?
which are it soaks up the water,
Yeah.
and it's like a big sponge,
Yeah.
and it stays, holds moisture longer in the summertime,
Yep.
dries out earlier to so you can get on it sooner and plant sooner.
Yeah.
And,
I think the moisture issue, they call the soil that you have in Southern Illinois, that we have in Southern Illinois, poorly drained.
Yes.
Which is a strange term, but what it means is that the water won't perk or won't drain through it
Right.
and stay in it.
Right.
It just runs off.
Right.
And so when you have a rain, it doesn't retain it.
Yeah.
So next week you're dry again.
That's right. And that's why they say we're 10 days, 2 weeks from a drought all summer long.
Yeah. You know how much you weigh?
So far, so good.
Keep going.
Yeah. How much you got piled up there? Do I need to pull up?
One bow wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, move over, buddy. Move over. Over here, buddy. Come on, over here. Come on, over here. You don't have to sit there. You don't have to sit here.
So the yields, just for more information, the yields where Tom lives, where I grew up, are about half what they are here. Okay.
Well, we've gained a little bit on that. Maybe
Yeah, but they've gained too.
they have to.
So the point is around here now a good yield is 300 bushels, maybe 310, 320, and a really good yield there is 200, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Really good yield there is 200. So it's a major difference in the ability for and we're talking corn there.
Yeah.
That enough on the front?
I think I'm ready to pull up.
Okay.
I'd like to load the rear. And then if I need to, I'll back up, put in the middle. Yeah, actually, I should have had the dirt in the back heavy, but anyway, that's fine. I want to get my weight right.
Yeah, that's why I was asking you.
Because it should be in the back so it'll dump better.
Oh, come on, Iz. You want to ride? Come on. Want to ride? Come on. Want to ride? Major a difference in the ability of that moisture during the mid to late summer when the corn needs it to produce. It just can't get it. Now, one truckload, Tom.
Hey.
You got to start somewhere.
Hey. This is one more than we thought we'd ever get. You know?
Seriously, what are you going to do with this?
Well, I thought I'd put some on my garden.
Okay.
Now, it may scare it to death, and that's kind of like what Grandma Alice's dirt did to her flowers around there. It just looked really like potting soil, you know, put down around all those bulbs and all.
I'm wondering if you can get this kind of tilled in and mixed in.
I don't know whether I want it mixed in or not.
You just want it right on top and you're no-till the rest of the time, huh? No, it'll be interesting.
It might be interesting what it will do.
And see if your garden improves.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Now, your garden's big enough. You think you might get a couple inches on your garden, or you think it'd be that much? Your garden's a little bigger.
I don't know. We might get some.
We'll try to show you some photos. I want to see photos of the unloading. I want to see you spreading it out, a couple of photos of that, and I want to see it all when it's done. And then maybe we can revisit later this year.
We'll see what we can do.
So Tom, what do you keep looking at in the truck?
I'm looking at some air pressure gauges for on the air suspension.
And that will tell you.
And that will help us know what kind of weight we're getting on.
Okay.
And it can help us to load that. They're not perfect, but they are something to go by.
So you won't overload it.
So we won't be stupid loading, yet we won't go home without a load. Try to get us somewhere in the sweet spot. There's a couple of gauges here that should be, they're right on 50, maybe a little more now, and we're shooting for both of those air suspension gauges to be close to 60, good and strong. And so that's what we're hoping for.
Okay, a 1988 Kenworth. And it's been yours the whole time?
We bought it store-bought, brand new. Yeah.
Wow.
The salesman said, Tom, that thing will last you a lifetime. Doggies, he's not been far off.
Right.
We drove it away from the store on, I think it was 2/26/1988.
Wow.
I still have to use the thing. That's
Yeah, exactly. It's still working.
yeah.
I'm trying to be selective here. This pile is mainly topsoil, but it's nearly impossible to get 100% topsoil without getting some sand or clay or other material mixed in. The other aspect is that this soil is wet. We'd like to get the driest possible. There's no use hauling water. How long is it going to take to load this truck? The bucket seems quite small, but at the same time, the dirt's really heavy. I'm trying to be as careful as possible and not destroy Tom's tarp bows in there. If I would just drop dirt from 5 or 6 feet above, they would bend quite easily. So I'm trying to get between them and not very high.
There's a lot on the front, packed up. You know what I mean, stacked up.
It's light on the front, you think?
No, it's heavy on the front, I think.
Really?
I've got a lot more on the front than the back.
Yeah.
A couple things going on here. Tom has to have the weight distributed properly between the two sets of tandems. And the other seemingly unrelated aspect is that his knees aren't what they used to be. I'm sure it's not OSHA approved, but with this machine I feel so comfortable. Its controls are just incredibly smooth.
Right in front of that Mac sign, or right over top of the Mac sign.
Every scoop adds some weight to each set of tandems, so he was telling me where to put it. Typically, when loading grain, he likes a big pile in the front and a big pile in the rear. Of
course, this dirt's much more dense and heavy, but I believe he says that piles on the front tandem and the rear tandem ride better than a big pile right in the middle. Of course, a frameless dump like this is not optimal for hauling heavy materials like dirt or rock, whatever. Dumping a load with one of these longer trailers is a bit more sketchy, and because of that, I suggest you stay around for the end. But you use what you have, and this style's a great compromise for predominantly grain.
I got a little teaspoon of yellow clay there.
That's all right. Deal with it. I'll send that to Randall.
Okay, yeah.
That's probably enough.
Okay. I'll need to clean all that off before you roll your tarp. You want to stand or you want to sit?
I think I'll stand. There you go.
I'm not going to hit, am I?
Nope. You're good. Real good.
Did you think you were going to be able to get out of here? Or did you think we were going to get stuck?
Well, after we backed in, I thought it was going to be all right, but it was a little bit greasy, but no problem.
It was spongy. Well, we did spin a little bit back there, but out here it was just spongy. But really, you didn't make even much of a
like
mess.
Dad says, all you got to do is get up a little speed.
You guys hear me say like Dad says all the time, so now you're hearing my brother Tom say like Dad says.
We learned from a great one.
It's interesting, folks, if you have a good father, he'll speak to you the rest of your life. And I've heard that before, but we now know what it means,
That's for
don't
sure.
we?
That's
right?
for sure.
I mean, we're what, almost 5 years removed from his passing.
Yeah.
But we still hear him every day.
Yeah.
You know, multiple times a day.
Yeah.
Correcting
For
us,
sure.
advising us. It's
For
amazing.
sure.
And I just hope I can be just half that for my daughter.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so it's probably the strangest thing you have ever seen. He's going to haul that dirt almost 200 miles.
Why would that even be a thing to do, you know?
Because you've always wanted to have a load of black dirt. You didn't even think I was serious.
Now you probably sent me some gumbo down there, and it's probably old black gumbo, probably what it is.
It's probably not going to be real easy working dirt like you're thinking, but it will yield.
Fast forward a little bit, and the adventure begins. First, Tom made serious ruts trying to back off his driveway, and when he'd raised up the truck a little bit, it threatened to turn over, knee-deep on his grandson Reed. So he pulls forward again, tries to dump on the driveway. Well, that's all that came out. On day 2, their helper Clint came up with this idea of using this post with chains, pulling it with their backhoe. Pretty creative idea, but it looks like that post won't stay in the dirt enough. They really have to stand on it and all to be able to get it pulled out. At this point, I was pretty glad I wasn't there because, yeah, this was my idea, and I'm pretty sure I was taking some verbal abuse. His lawn is paying the price. So they gave up again and went back to the fab shop. They had found this rusty old blade during cleanup of an old farmstead, so they decided to weld these handles to it and hopefully improve their ability to keep that down in the dirt. After climbing up the fully tilted bed several times, they finally got this rolling really slowly. Watch this.
You'd think that'd just slide out.
Well, it's snail's pace.
You got a little Pepsi can in there. I think we're picking up some steam.
Yeah. Oh, we're separating here at the back.
So eventually, late on day 3, they get it all unloaded, but it's still in the driveway. I don't have any pictures or video of this action, but it looks like Randall took little Johnny and dumped it scoop by scoop on the garden and got the driveway cleaned up pretty good as well. One of the biggest casualties appears to be Tom's yard. I have a feeling that Vinny and the power rake are going to get the call. Little did we know how painful this would be, but oh well.
You didn't even think I was serious when I said,
No, I didn't.
Come up and get a load of dirt.
I did not. I really didn't. And even then, the more we talked, I'm going, this isn't going to happen.
Not everything you do, folks, has to make sense.
That's good to know.
You get to a certain age, you say, I'm just going to do something because it sounds fun.
Sure. That's for sure.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.
Listen, my sons, to a father's instruction. Pay attention and gain understanding.
Come on, Izzy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Here, Izzy. Come on.
Kitty.
Good kitty. Come on.
Come on, buddy.
Come on. Come here. Come on. You stayed there that whole time. Now you want out.